All right, welcome everybody to the Morning English Podcast. I'll be your foreign host today, Peter Joseph Kuhn from Boston, Massachusetts, which is in New England, the northeastern part of America. If you don't know already, I coach CrossFit during the day, and at night I sing and play guitar. And of course, I've got lots of experience teaching English, as I have been in China for about 5 years now.
一如既往长长的介绍 Welcome Peter 大家好，我还是你们非常熟悉的卡拉，欢迎收听今天的早安英文。 So what are we talking about today?
We're going to talk about something very serious today. A cold joke.
A cold joke.
That's right.
Very interesting. So what exactly is a cold joke?
Okay, so a cold joke is a joke in its very nature that when told, the joke is so bad that the listener shivers in terror rather than laughs. Hence the name cold joke, because when you're cold, you begin to shiver. So when you hear the cold joke, it's just such a terrible joke that you shiver in disgust. So cold joke is really not as used so often as it just kind of means bad joke or lame joke. So if you said it to an American person, they would probably just think of it as a bad joke or a lame joke. But we don't actually really say it too often.
好，解释一下啊，我们中文里面常讲的这个冷笑话呢，如果说直接翻译成英文的话，就是 cold joke。那如果说你对他们讲的话呢，他们应该也是能听明白、能理解的，但是他们自己是不会这样讲的，所以就是不那么的地道。那如果说你真的要表达冷笑话怎么讲呢？你可以讲 bad joke 或者 lame joke。lame 这个词呢，就是跛脚的、很烂的。
Yeah, exactly. So an example of a cold joke would be something like, why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side. Yeah, so that's a
OK 给他解释一下，就是说这个我其实是听过的，就是说为什么鸡要过马路呢？然后答案就是因为他要跑到路的那一边去，哈哈哈哈。今天呢，我们就要跟大家聊一聊这个和笑话有关的一些单词啊。那除了这个冷笑话，就是刚刚讲的 bad joke 和这个 lame joke， 我还听说过有一个说法叫做 dry humor. Can you tell me a little about dry humor?
Sure. So that's a good question. Dry humor is a little different than a cold joke. Dry humor is more about the delivery of the joke. So, for example, someone's humor would be very dry if they told a joke with no emotion or no expression. You could say that someone's humor is very dry if they often tell jokes with no emotions.
所以 it's more about the way you say it.
Exactly.
行，所以这个 dry humor 呢，就是你说笑话的那个方式就冷冷的，然后没有任何情感的，这种叫做 dry humor.
Yes, exactly. So, I can just use the same joke, the same cold joke, but now it's going to be even drier. So, for example, very monotone voice. Why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side.
Wow, so dry.
Yes.
开玩笑啊，所以呢，大家要区分一下。如果听到 dry humor 呢，它和这个冷笑话你是要区分一下的。这个呢，就是很干的方式给它说出来。然后呢，最后啊，就是 I heard about something called a dad joke， 就是爸爸笑话。
Yeah, exactly.
What's a dad joke?
Actually, I kind of love dad jokes because they're so corny. Yeah, dad jokes are just jokes that are really corny and like over the top that can actually be funny sometimes, but most of the time to the audience it's really not because it's too corny. So often dad jokes are called puns or play on words.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, puns can be very clever, but when using a dad joke, it can just kind of kill the joke itself. So, a pun is when you kind of play with a sentence or maybe one or two words are changed to sound like another word. So the meaning is different but sounds similar. So dad jokes are often puns, which again can be funny, but usually not because of its corniness.
好，那这个 dad joke 字面意思呢是爸爸笑话。爸爸什么意思？就是年纪比较大嘛，所以呢它的特点就是 corny， 就是会比较有点老式啊。通常它的这个技巧呢是 pun， 就是双关还有这个就是 play on words， 就是一些文字游戏的感觉。我觉得这个是非常高水准的。You have to be smart to do that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course you have to be smart. Okay, so ready for an example?
Yeah.
Okay, so, want to hear a joke about paper?
就是你想听一个关于纸的笑话吗
？Never mind. It's terrible. Get it? Tear as in tear paper, but it's terrible. Get it?
Yeah.
So that's like a play on words, dad joke, typical dad joke.
我觉得可能需要跟大家解释一下，就是前面那个问句说想要听一个关于纸的笑话吗？后来讲说算了 ，it's terrible. Terrible 呢，首先它是 tear， 就是撕纸的那个动作呢，可以用 tear 来表示，然后在后面加一个 able terrible， 就是可撕的。但是呢 ，terrible 听起来又和糟糕的那个 terrible 发音一样，所以就是 yeah。That's a good one.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones. There's a lot of good ones.
Okay.
To make your own dad joke, it takes little cleverness.
大家可以在评论里面可以跟我们分享一些你们觉得很好笑的笑话。
Yeah. So I realized that in China, humor is seen very differently than in America. So, for example, Americans, we rely heavily on satire and irony.
就讽刺挖苦人。
Yeah, comedians often make fun of others at their own expense. So it can be harmful, but it's really all in good fun.
对，就是之前大家应该也知道啊，就是我们之前聊过损人的话题嘛，就是他们的幽默呢，更多就是通过损人啊、挖苦人啊，就是建立在伤害别人的这个基础上，虽然说有的时候的确是会造成一些伤害，但是呢，的确是大家觉得这样子的东西非常的好笑。那这个好像就和这个 British humor 非常的不一样，对不对？
Yes, British humor, I would say, can rely a lot on, let's say, often literature, can rely a lot on literature or history. And making metaphors about its history or literature.
然后我觉得他们经常就会有点 dry humor.
Yes, I would say that there's a lot of people from England or the UK have dry humor.
It's actually kind of hard for me to get them.
Yeah, it's also me as well.
I'm sorry, no
offense. Maybe an American, so I totally get what you're saying.
好了。
Hello, welcome to Morning English. 早安英文呢是一个为大家免费提供英语教学的频道，每天都会更新。如果你想获得关于英语听说读写的内容，我们都会在这个频道更新。我们的目标是帮助全球的华人学好英语。如果你觉得还不错的话，记得给我们订阅哦。另外，点开小铃铛，这样的话就不会错过其他任何学习视频啦。对了，如果你想获取本节课的完整版笔记，在视频简介或者评论区领取哦。你也可以给这个视频点赞，点赞就相当于自动保存啦。
那今天这一期节目呢，我们就和大家聊到这里啦。
Okay, thanks a lot for having me on the show, Kara. See you guys next time on Morning English.